Welcome back, guys. Stephanie Hunter here from Hamilton, New Zealand. New Zealand still. Yeah. Karen and I had a bit of a chat and a giggle before I started the record button, so my mind's still twirling on our last conversation so deeply. And we're here. I'm present. I love it when we get together, Karen. So Karen Crider from Paihia, New Zealand is with us once again, and Karen is going here to share some extremely important and relevant information, not just because of the COVID-19 period of time, in which we're shooting this video, but this time of year we have a change in seasons, and this brings suppression or attack or extra requirements on our immune system. So Karen and I have been talking about immunity, and before I say anything further, because I don't want to steal her thunder, because she's got so much great stuff to say, I'm going to pass it over to you, Karen. Take it away.
Okay, so first off, we have an immune system which is our defense mechanism. So it helps to protect us from foreign invaders. And to build our immunity, we actually need to have the foreign invaders. And what do I mean by that? So what I mean is we're surrounded by bacteria, viruses, fungal parasites, and we have them and we deal with them every day of our lives. Now, we're in a unique situation right here, right now, because we've been in lockdown for, oh gosh, is it 6 weeks? Coming up for 6 weeks, Stephanie?
Strictly speaking, it's been 4.5 weeks, but there was a lot of things slowed down a lot before that. So I'm going to say 5 to 5.5 weeks.
Okay. So during that time, we've been doing social distancing. That means we've been standing 2 meters away from each other, like very good girls and boys. And we've also, many people have been wearing a mask and gloves and using sanitizers. And I'm not poo-pooing that at all. But what I'm just saying is by doing that, we've actually will have reduced our immunity because we actually need exposure. This is why we are social animals. We're social animals by what we've been doing for thousands of years. We've been interacting with one another, and that in turn boosts our immunity. So if we go back, I think it was in the 1980s that in the UK they did a study. They did a study on the immunity of children. So they got a group of children who lived in the country. They were farm kids. And then there was a group of children that were in the city. And the farm kids always got down and dirty. Excuse me, I had a drink of water, it went down the wrong way. They got down and dirty, played in the mud and everything else. The guys in the city were very protected. So they went in a very protected environment. Their parents were very obsessive about their cleanliness and everything else. Guess whose immunity was the best?
Mm-hmm.
The farmer kids, because they were exposed to all those spores, they were exposed to all those bacteria and viruses and everything else. The body knew what to do with them. So being as we've been in a bubble, what we have to do is we have to be very aware is when we start socializing, we then have to really start boosting our immunity. And so there's lots of things we can do to help that. Of course, getting out in the garden, if you're a gardener, then you'll have exposed yourself to a certain amount of bacteria and that sort of thing. So that's a really good thing. If you've been out and about, say the beach or the woods or whatever during this lockdown, fantastic, because you'll have been exposed to a variety of different bacteria. But if you've been locked in at home and everything else, you really must make sure that you take adequate amounts of things like vitamin C, maybe olive leaf. This is just a few suggestions, by the way. Olive leaf, echinacea, astragalus, and even garlic, onions, eating those. And there's various other things as well. We've done other videos and things with herbs and things that can really help your immune system. Having enough liquid, drinking enough water, and that sort of thing. Having salt, we talked about the Sol, which is the Himalayan Sol video, that can help boost your immunity too. So there are many, many ways of protecting yourself, but not by not being exposed, but by gradually exposing yourself slowly. Does that make sense, Stephanie?
It does, guys. If I can also add to things like laugh, for goodness sakes, find something good on TV and start the laughter again, guys. Raise our vibration, which there's so many things it does for the body, okay? Find humor, watch a silly cartoon, go back to being a kid again, whatever it takes. But building your immune system through laughter is also very powerful. So everything that Karen said, can also add sleeping. I know a lot of people have done dozing and so forth over the last 4 or 5 weeks. But we're going to get hit by going back into this is I'm dating this video a little bit because this is a very unique time. So but what I'm about to say is related to when we're in lockdown. But when we come out of lockdown, people are going to go, yay, I'm free, and they're going to run out there without realizing that for 4 or 5 weeks or even 6 weeks, in my case, because of my line of business, my business stopped 6 weeks ago, stopped dead, even before the official lockdown. So if I hadn't been out there walking and gardening and doing things to make sure the immune system ticked over, and then I ran out next week and said, I'm free, and went up and started thinking anger with people, chances are my immune system might be overwhelmed. So laugh, guys. Get yourself into a good sleeping pattern. Drink copious amounts of good quality water. Don't be afraid to speak freely as well. So suppressing your thoughts or suppressing your words also suppresses your immune system. So allow yourself to express freely.
Yeah, and I think we must ever forget about that one, Stephanie, must we? Because, freedom of speech I've spoken quite a bit about, but it's a really important component of humanity, being able to speak up for what you feel is right. Now, it doesn't mean to say that you're going to agree with everything anyone says, but being able to speak freely without judgment is a really important component. And debate's wonderful. I love having a good old debate because you can actually hear someone else's opinion and you can learn quite a lot. And because none of us are 100% right and none of us are 100% wrong. So we can really, really learn from this experience of basically sharing our thoughts, what's come up for us. And also, if we're feeling down, talk to someone.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. And don't forget, you can hug people that you've been in your bubble with. You know what? And I'm going to be a little bit of a rebel here. But I'm going to hug somebody who needs a hug anyway. Okay? That's humanity coming through. I'm not going to hug complete utter strangers who might think I'm weird because I'm grabbing them for a hug. But if somebody comes into my clinic and they need the human contact again, by gosh, they're going to get a hug from me. I might go and wash my hands afterwards, and I might go and rinse my mouth out. I'm joking there, guys. So you've got to find humour in everything. You've got to find humour because that's a big part of building your immune system.
Yeah. It can actually help us not just survive, but thrive. Because we mustn't forget that laughter and everything else really, really is one of the things that really can ramp up your immunity. And just remembering that, it gives you permission to go and have fun, because we're being exposed to so much serious stuff on the media and everything else that sometimes we forget actually life is pretty good.
Life can be grand. When we're living in a state of fear, and we have been or been exposed to so many opportunities to live in a state of fear, you have to be conscious about what you choose to absorb inside yourself. Now, does that mean you're irresponsible if you don't pay attention? No, it's not what I'm saying at all, guys. What I'm saying is be consciously aware of how it's making you feel. So get the information and watch as much news as you want to get what you need to know. And then, flick back to Hogan's Heroes. Oh my God, that's a blast from the past. Half the people watching this video won't know what that is. You need to go watch it on YouTube. Hogan's Heroes. Don't tell me you don't know Hogan's Heroes.
Oh yeah, we never got that in the UK. I've seen it on Sky TV when they do the old things, but yeah, we never got that. I don't think we did.
Mork and Mindy. Go and watch Mork and Mindy, but find something that makes you just laugh from the belly. Absolutely laugh from the belly. Just relax, because you know what, fear is false evidence appearing real. There's that. I'm going in a little bit of mentoring here, but this is really important because fear will absolutely suck your immune system dry. It will stop it from building again. So false evidence appearing real. When you've only been given a certain amount of information about a subject and you think that's all there is to know about the subject, so you focus hard in on that and it becomes all encompassing. But when you step back and take a deep breath and you go, no, I have total faith and belief that whatever happens, I can handle it. Whatever happens, I can handle it.
Yeah.
Tell yourself that 10 times when you're feeling fearful. The fear starts to abate. You're coming from a different point of view, a different psychological point of view. So the immune system is a powerful, powerful, powerful device, and it's incredible, and we should not for a second think that we're not capable, most of us, unless we're having immune suppression tablets or having a personal journey through health issues that are really tackling you hard. But for the majority of us, our immune system is more than capable of being a powerhouse, but we've got to support it.
Yeah, it is. And you're absolutely right, Stephanie. I will reiterate this again. I might have talked about bacteria and all of that sort of stuff and being in a sterile environment depletes our immunity. But I would say, I'm putting my neck out here, I would say that fear would be the number one reductor of our ability to combat infection. So step out of the fear.
I agree with you. I had a wonderful conversation with a beautiful soul, 90 years young, who came into my clinic today. Okay. She just needed someone to talk to. She's been self-isolating for the last X number of weeks. They went into lockdown before the rest of the world, the rest of the country went into lockdown because they're in the danger age zone. Some of these people are fitter than I am. I guess it's not too hard sometimes, actually, when I think about it. I'm not a good example. Fitter than the average person. She just needed to have a chat. So she came into my clinic today, and she sat at one end of the clinic, and I sat at the other end of the clinic, and we had a chat. And some of the wise words that came out of that lady's mouth were stunning. But one of the things that concerned me greatly is that she shared with me, majority of the people in her retirement village are suffering from depression. Why? Because they've been separated from their loved ones.
Yeah.
And they're sitting in their bubbles. They don't want to talk to each other. They're too frightened to come out of their own doors and just wave across the patio to each other, because all they're listening to is the fear, the fear, the fear. Yeah. Because they haven't got anybody to discuss how they're feeling about this with, it grows that ever. Like I was saying to you before, they know this much of the conversation or this much of the equation. There's actually this much to know. We don't know the whole story. We never know the whole story. The military use a phrase on a need-to-know basis. You know what? I'm not running the government. I'm not in charge of the military. I'm not the head of the DHB. I don't need to know the whole story, but I do know that what I know is not the whole story. So there's no point in fearing about it. Because as I've certainly said, and I ask you to do the same thing to yourself a minimum of 10 times if you're feeling stressed, whatever happens, I can handle it.
That's great, wise words. Whatever happens, I can handle it. Yeah, us humans are so much stronger than we give ourselves credit for, aren't we?
Look, we are monsters within monsters. We are just incredible. We don't need Superman. We don't need Spider-Man. We don't need the Hulk. We are all of those inside us. It's just incredible how strong the human spirit can be. And what's up to us, what we absorb, and it's up to us what we portray, and it's up to us how we live, whether it's in fear or in strength. It's really your choice.
Absolutely it is. It's up to us to take control of our lives, our health, and our complete and utter well-being. It's for us to do. That's empowering.
It's very empowering. So guys, I hope this little tidbit, and sorry, I get quite heated about this because my colleague Josh, I see it all around me. But I hope this little tidbit, this little tale, this little video of information is going to help you to be prepared to step out into the beautiful world next week or whenever you feel that your immune system, even if it's post this pandemic that's been going around, with this video is viewed in 5 years' time. We're here to help you. Both Karen and I are here to help you. We're not charging you for these videos. We never will charge you for these videos because our heart is in helping you to be the best you possibly can be. And that's where we come from when we're making these videos. So with that information or with that sign off, I'd just like to say be well, be happy, and be wise. Make the right choices. Believe in yourself. You are enough.
Absolutely. And so from my heart to yours, bye for now.